At this time, we will all remain standing for the presentation of our flag and for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, performed by the SIUE Symphony Orchestra under the direction of Dr. Michael Mishra, Director of Orchestra Activities and Professor of Music, and sung by Ms. Caitlin Rush, who is receiving a Bachelor of Music today from the College of Arts and Sciences.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good afternoon again and welcome. I am Ann Boyle, Interim Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. I'm delighted to welcome you to the 2012 Spring Commencement Ceremony. This is the third of 4 separate ceremonies during which the university is conferring degrees to the graduates of the College of Arts and Sciences, the School of Business, the School of Education, the School of Engineering, the School of Nursing, the School of Pharmacy, and the Graduate School. This afternoon at this ceremony, the university will confer degrees to the graduates of the College of Arts and Sciences. I'm pleased to introduce you to some of the members of the platform party who are with us today to extend their congratulations to the graduates. Other members of the platform party will be introduced during the ceremony. Each person will rise as their name is called. Please hold your applause until all are recognized and standing. Dr. Jane Gillespie, Director of Research and Professor of Microbiology at the School of Dental Medicine, and President of the SIUE Faculty Senate. Mr. Mike Hamill, President of the SIUE Staff Senate. Ms. Bev George, President of the Alumni Association Board of Directors. Dr. Regina McBride, Dean of Library and Information Sciences. Mr. Ken Neer, Vice Chancellor for Administration. Mr. Patrick Hunley, Vice Chancellor for University Relations. Dr. Jim Klenke, Associate Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. Please now join me in acknowledging them with your applause. In the front rows before me are seated the members of the faculty and staff. It is through the dedicated work of these individuals in designing, executing, and supporting the curricula of the university that you have been able to achieve your educational goals, culminating in your graduation today. Would the faculty and staff please stand? I ask that the members of the graduating class and the audience join me in expressing appreciation to them for a job very well done. Thank you, and please be seated. It is now my honor and pleasure to introduce the Chancellor of Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. As SIUE's 7th Chancellor, Dr. Vaughn Vandegrift has been instrumental in guiding the university in the areas of academics, economics, construction, athletics, and civic leadership. Since 2004, he has been committed to fulfilling the university's vision to be recognized nationally as a premier metropolitan university for the excellence of its programs and the development of professional and community leaders. In 2005, Dr. Vandegrift instituted a plan for the achievement of that vision by the year 2015, which incorporated the values and the long-term strategic goals of the university. In the 8 years he has led our university, our movement toward the achievement of that vision has been notable. Under Chancellor Vandegrift's leadership, SIUE has received an impressive list of accolades. The university has been recognized for the 3rd consecutive year as one of the 46 up-and-coming schools in the U.S. News and World Report's Best Colleges of 2012. And I quote, "for making innovative changes in the areas of faculty, student life, campus life, and facilities." In addition, we have been recognized 7 times by U.S. News and by the American Association of Colleges and Universities for our senior assignment program. Washington Monthly has ranked SIU again this year among the top 50 master's universities in the nation. Chancellor Vandegrift has successfully steered SIUE through the toughest state budget cuts we have experienced in recent history, and during that time we have raised more than $30 million in our first Major Gifts campaign. Despite the challenging economy, SIUE's total economic impact on the region is increasing. The university's current economic impact of $471 million is more than 32% greater than it was in 2005. Since Dr. Vandegrift joined us in 2004, SIUE has steadily increased enrollment, having achieved a record enrollment of more than 14,200 students this fall. The size of the freshman class has seen 7 consecutive years of growth and has increased by 20% since the fall of 2004. Under Chancellor Vandegrift's guidance, the university is also completing an extensive construction and infrastructure improvement program, and we are expecting our final certification to the NCAA Division I athletics as a member of the Ohio Valley Conference in August. After years of successes, last September, the Chancellor announced he would retire on July 1, 2012. For all that has been accomplished at SIUE during his tenure, we are deeply appreciative. We are a better university because of his stewardship, and he is going into retirement with a legacy of success and accomplishment. Chancellor Vandegrift, on behalf of the university community, thank you for your leadership and your tireless campaign exhorting all of us at SIUE to, and I quote, "do the right things and do them well." Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Vaughn Vandegrift to the podium for his final commencement address as Chancellor of SIUE.
Thank you. Thank you, Provost. Good afternoon, and welcome to SIUE Spring 2012 Commencement. I am pleased to join our faculty, staff, and guests in officially congratulating our graduates on the completion of their degree programs. Graduates, today's commencement is a formal academic celebration conducted in your honor, and after today, you will always have a reason to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Most of you began your university careers at SIUE as freshmen, while some of you transferred from other colleges and universities. Regardless of the path you took to get here, your presence has enriched the university because you came from differing backgrounds with unique experiences. At the end of these commencement exercises, you will share alumni status with more than 90,000 fellow Cougars. While you should be proud of your accomplishments, you should also recognize that you have not succeeded by yourselves. During the last 4 or 5 or 6 difficult years, you have received support from many people, and they should be proud as well. These include your immediate family members, parents, guardians, grandparents, spouses, siblings, and children. And I would like now for these people to stand and be recognized for their contributions by the graduates. Parents, guardians, grandparents, spouses, siblings, and children, please stand to be recognized by the graduates. Graduates, you have also been helped by friends and by other relatives, mentors, and advisors, and many of those are here with you today, and I would like them also to be recognized. Please stand, friends, mentors, advisors, and others who have helped the graduates. Please be recognized. At this time, I would also like to recognize everyone assembled who has a degree from SIUE. Would all SIUE alumni please stand and be recognized? Well, graduates, you've made it. You have achieved, and as a result, you will now transition to the next phase of your lives. Exciting, isn't it? And maybe just a little bit unnerving. These are difficult times in our state and country, and your individual path forward may not be what you expected. You cannot know what opportunities lie just ahead, but you can remember the advice of the French microbiologist Louis Pasteur, who said, quote, "Chance favors the prepared mind," end quote. With the mind you have prepared at SIUE and the knowledge you have gained, it is now up to you to pursue your life goals. With that said, and obviously being a little farther along life's journey than you are, I'd like to share a few suggestions. First, take professional opportunities that will fulfill your potential, even if those opportunities frighten you. Realizing your potential involves lifelong learning, so remember, your education is not over. It is important to strive for personal fulfillment in every stage of life, to look for ways to grow and develop more fully as you move ahead. Each of us has much to offer, but many allow life's possibilities to pass untested. Decide that you will be one of the few. Calvin Coolidge, 30th President of the United States, said, quote, "The most common commodity in this country is unrealized potential," end quote. Think of what could be accomplished if each of us committed to taking one step in realizing our potential every day. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, leader of the Indian Nationalism and Nonviolent Protest group, quote, "The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems," end quote. Second, collaborate with others, but remember your values. This can be summed up in words attributed to Peter Marshall, a Scottish-American minister who twice served as chaplain of the United States Senate, who said, quote, "If we don't stand for something, we shall fall for anything," end quote. Know what you stand for. You are no doubt aware of the values of SIUE displayed in numerous locations, including right behind me on the wall, and also in the Goshen Lounge of the Morris University Center, the heartbeat of the campus. These values serve as a constant reminder of the roadmap that the university has adopted to achieve its goals. Having a set of values that serves as a guide is critical to assuring that decisions made will promote the mission of the institution. So too, it is important that you as individuals adopt a set of personal compass points that will ensure progress toward the goals you've adopted for your life. Third, Exhibit self-confidence. None of us has all the answers, but with steady progress on a charted course of action, your chances of personal success and professional fulfillment are greatly increased. Be assured in your path and give it everything you've got so that looking back, there will be no room for wondering whether more might have been done. William James, American psychologist and philosopher, said, quote, "Most people live, whether physically, intellectually, or morally, in a very restricted circle of their potential being. They make very small use of their possible consciousness and of their soul's resources in general," end quote. Believe in yourself, and opportunity will find you. Fourth, and this one is for people assembled here or of my generation, remember the words of the actress Lucille Ball. Quote, "If you want something done, give it to a busy person," end quote. I exhort you, be a busy person. As an example of this, consider how busy SIUE has been during your time here. Our progress has correlated directly to the willingness of those invested in rolling up their sleeves, taking informed risks, and learning from both successes and mistakes. Be busy in the sense that you continue to look for ways to improve and build on areas of strength while recognizing areas in which additional support is needed. Those who are busy and successful tend also to be efficient and self-aware in identifying support systems to implement their strengths. Never shy away from a challenge that fits within the goals and values you've set for yourselves. Pile them on and invite assistance from those with complementary talents. And also remember the words of inventor Thomas Edison, who said, quote, "There is no substitute for hard work," end quote. Fifth and finally, and I thank the provost for reminding me of this, do the right things and do them well. If you follow this creed, I believe success will be yours. It may not happen overnight. It may take putting on blinders to those who are taking shortcuts around responsibility, but it will happen, and yours will be a success that lasts. Again, look at the success SIUE has enjoyed by doing the right things well in just a few short years you have been here. Dr. Kenneth McFarland, American educator, public speaker, and author, stated very well when he said, quote, "There are no traffic jams when you go the extra mile," end quote. By doing the right things and doing them well, you will pull ahead of the crowd, and in doing so, be the front runner when opportunity knocks. Graduates, as you now advance to the next phase of your lives, combine persistence and passion in a steady march toward individual fulfillment, remembering the important lessons you've gained as a student here at the E. Remember the university's values of citizenship, excellence, integrity, openness, and wisdom, and incorporate them into your life's journey. The value of citizenship calls for giving back to your community a portion of what you've been given. The value of excellence demands continuous improvement and a commitment to high standards. The value of integrity: there is no shortcut around accountability and honesty in communications and our actions. The value of openness welcomes the rich diversity of humankind and calls for respect for individual differences. And finally, the value of wisdom. Perhaps the best manifestation of a commitment to wisdom is to engage in lifelong learning, a pursuit in which your alma mater is well prepared to assist. Remember, learning and living go hand in hand. Graduates, we are confident that you will have the skills to succeed and to significantly contribute to the greater good. As you now begin anew, be sure to remain in contact with the university and take advantage of the many support services available to you, services that exist in order to help you fulfill your potential. Soon-to-be alumni, as you prepare now for this next stage of your lives, you can help to not only develop yourselves and your potential, you can also assist others to develop and succeed, as you have been assisted by the taxpayers of Illinois. Public higher education is receiving a diminishing portion of national and state income, and we must all work to inspire support for public higher education. In this, SIUE asks for your help and in return commits to ensuring the value of your degree from this day forward. Graduates, we congratulate you and send you off with this imperative: go and do well. Respect those who have come before you, pursue your life's ambitions, and enable others in the pursuit of their own. Be bold, be achievers, and now I will join you in always being a Cougar. Thank you. Go Big E, go Cougars. Each year, the Distinguished Service Award honors an individual's outstanding service to his or her community. I am privileged to introduce SIUE alumna Paige St. John. Will you please come forward? As recipient of the 2012 SIUE Distinguished Service Award. This is your award, and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Very proud of you. Now I'm going to tell them about you. An investigative reporter for the Sarasota Herald Tribune in Florida, Paige St. John was awarded the 2011 Pulitzer Prize for investigative reporting for a year-long series of stories exposing financial corruption and profiteering in Florida's multi-billion-dollar property insurance market. Her work received top recognition in national and regional awards and resulted in changes in Florida's insurance regulation and the return of millions of dollars to policyholder accounts. Paige St. John earned a Bachelor of Science in Mass Communications from SIUE in 1986. As a student, she served as editor of the campus newspaper, The Alestle, and director of the mascot organization, the Cougar Guard. In 2011, she was inducted into the SIUE Alumni Hall of Fame. SIUE is pleased to present the Southern Illinois University Edwardsville Distinguished Service Award to Paige St. John for her outstanding contributions. Paige St. John, it is an honor to have you as our speaker for this ceremony.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Hello. On the schedule in front of the Chancellor, it says insert commencement address here. So I hope you'll bear with me because I'm a writer and not a public speaker. And as a reporter, I put a great deal of research on what goes into a commencement address. And I was struck primarily by the similarity in the messages on values, many of the same values you heard expressed just now. But perhaps this is a bit of a unique way to say the same thing. A Chinese Zen master named Sozan was asked by a student, "What is the most valuable thing in the world?" And the master replied, "The head of a dead cat." The student was confused. Why is the head of a dead cat the most valuable thing in the world? And Sozan replied, "Because no one can name its price." This is a very old Zen koan on differentiation. And my husband would be horrified, he's a practicing Buddhist, that I have given it here today, because this koan is actually the subject of serious study and years of meditation for those seeking enlightenment. But before you come to a quick conclusion on its meaning, you might consider the point of view of the cat. So let's talk about what is priceless. One of my first memories in life was riding here with my mother to pick up my father from work. He was a laborer, part of the crew building the Lovejoy Library, and afterward we would cut asparagus growing in the fields or hunt morels, mushrooms in the spring, and probably was among the vigilante locals who shot the helicopters that were surveying to build the university in the beginning. Anyway, I enrolled here as a teenager, as an exemplary student. I graduated from high school in 3 years, and it was my ambition to complete college in 3, with a degree in science, majoring in biology. And it was then that SIUE started to teach me its priceless lessons. I joined the Cougar Guard and went from trainee to director. I joined the Alestle, and I went from writing the calendar to editing the newspaper. I played Dungeons and Dragons with the computer science geeks, hung out with the punk rockers in St. Louis, learned to play Renaissance instruments with the historians, and someone in the Goshen taught me how to hammer out a blues progression on the piano. And as I went, I started to skip classes, then entire courses, until my spotless straight A record had turned into academic probation. I was by then probably the worst student on campus, and I washed out of the journalism program. I ran out of money. I slept under the desk at the Alestle, and I starved on an endless diet of ramen noodles. And at the end of 6 years, I dropped out of school. I returned to Chicago to find a job. I did not know this, but the truth is that I had already received from SIUE, as we called it then, the head of the cat. That I needed the rest of the animal didn't become apparent to me for another 3 months when I was working in the classified ad department of a community shopper. And by the end of the summer, found myself moonlighting, writing news stories for the front page. I gave in to that passion and returned to Edwardsville. I begged to be readmitted to the journalism program, the best J school in the nation, and threw myself into my classwork with the same passion that I had squandered it in the preceding years. What is more valuable, the degree or the experience? There are 459 of you to receive a diploma today, most in the Bachelor's of Science, 8 in music, 3 in liberal studies. You leave here with a diploma as young as 21. Who's getting out of here at 21? No hands? There we are. And as old as 57. No hand there. What kind of world do you enter? High unemployment and a particularly rough road for new college graduates. For every 4 of you, 2 will land a job in your career field. 1 finds work that didn't require a diploma. And the 4th gets to go back home to mom and dad or back to school to wait out the recession. But this is also a time of incredible opportunity. While I was a student, a professor of mine in the science department rolled out a utility cart on which there was a large white box. It was the first personal computer created by Steve Jobs, another very bad college student. In his 2005 commencement at Stanford, Jobs told graduates his own college education didn't really begin until he dropped out, liberating him to stick around and take the classes he was really interested in, sparking the passions that would help him launch Apple 10 years later. The technological revolution that has changed journalism entirely is credited in part to Jobs, and it redefined the word media to include the word social. And that has done more to change the world, to accelerate it, in some ways destabilize it. It enables viral mass citizen movements like the Arab Spring overseas, and in our country, the Occupy movement, international cyber wars like the one now between the United States and China, and the new forms of censorship as world governments attempt to control and contain these powers. The impacts can also be as fleeting as quicksilver. Charity group Invisible Children amassed 100 million page views in March to make African warlord Joseph Kony a household threat. But by April, this would-be international movement had evaporated from the attention span of young Americans. It's also opened up the doors to who can communicate. Information flood is now contaminated and polluted by opinion and propaganda, and that has dangerous consequences. A study found that viewers regularly exposed to the mix of news, opinion, and bias on Fox News Network actually knew less about the world and world events and were more misinformed than those who had not watched television at all. And so here is where your education starts anew. I trolled Facebook this week to read the posts of freshmen. They sounded like survivors on a thrill ride from Six Flags. Janice said, roller coaster experience. Jason, just have to make it through tomorrow. Andrea, thank you, God, for blessing me to make it through my first year. But now, as you leave, you start a new sort of freshman year. And the advice, as I mentioned before, to most graduates at this point has little to do with your diplomas in hand and a great deal to the values that you picked up while here at SIU. Winston Churchill, and I'm a reporter, so here I go, quoting folks. Winston Churchill in 1941, for instance, told graduates to never give in, never give in, never, 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 never. Steve Jobs in 2005 advocated free thinking. Your time is limited, he said, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. And he closed with a quote of his own from the back cover of the Whole Earth catalog: "Stay hungry, stay foolish." Russell Baker, who truly deserved a Pulitzer for his commentary, advocated that graduates listen to the crack of a tin roof buckling under the power of the sun, or a heart-stoppingly beautiful phrase for Mozart, or the voice of somebody now gone whom you loved, or sometime when you're talking up a storm so brilliant, so charming, that you can hardly believe how wonderful you are, pause just a moment and listen to yourself. It's good for the soul to hear yourself as others hear you. And next time, maybe, just maybe, you will not talk so much, so loudly, so brilliantly, so charmingly, so utterly, shamelessly, foolishly. He was very good at adding insults in with his praises. And Bradley Whitford, who's nothing more than a Hollywood actor, starred on The West Wing, though had these incredible remarks: "You will inevitably make mistakes. Learn what you can and move on. And at the end of your days, you will be judged by your gallop, not your stumble." I think that sums it up very well. There's also yourself. A Facebook poster by the name of His Darling Angel is graduating today. Quote, "Moving on to my next chapter, grad school and praying that a job opens up so I can do both. Thanking God, because without him I wouldn't have made it. Thanking my fam, because Lord knows having him in my corner gave me the confidence to continue on. I leave you with just a few words of my own. You leave here not with diplomas, but with the skill to learn, to ask questions, to differentiate between fact and opinion, to value information over ignorance, and above all, to determine for yourself what is of value and what is priceless. I wish you well."
Thank you, Ms. St. John, and congratulations on a well-deserved award for your distinguished service. I think it's very obvious that having the courage to follow your heart and your intuition and your passion into journalism has benefited us all, so thank you. For each commencement ceremony, one graduate is chosen to speak on behalf of the graduating class. To be selected for this honor, students must not only demonstrate academic success, but they must also exemplify the values of our institution. The graduate chosen for this ceremony is Victoria Lyons, who is receiving her Bachelor of Arts in English with a minor in creative writing from the College of Arts and Sciences. Today, Ms. Lyons is graduating magna cum laude with high honors. Ms. Lyons transferred to SIUE in the fall of 2010. During her academic career with us, she has demonstrated a high level of academic success. She has been named to the Dean's List for each of her 4 semesters at SIUE. Outside of the classroom, Ms. Lyons enjoys reading and, of course, writing. This does fit with her major. Through a competitive process, she had 3 poems published in the Department of English literary journal, the River Bluff Review. She is also a member of STAT, the SIUE Alumni Association's student alumni group. Ms. Lyons, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the podium to represent your graduating class.
I would like to start off by thanking the Provost, the Chancellor, the Dean, and all of the members of the Platform Party. I feel humbled to have been given this opportunity to welcome my fellow 2012 graduates into the next stage of our lives. To the professors who are here today, I am speaking on behalf of my peers when I say thank you for your dedication and passion for our education. To our families, thank you for all of your encouragement and guidance throughout the years. Without your love and support, we could not stand before you today. I transferred to SIUE from Joliet Junior College in the fall of 2010, and my experiences and memories with the university differ greatly from that of my peers. However, my Cougar pride runs as deeply as theirs. When I first drove onto SIUE's expansive campus, I was awestruck by the preservation of wildlife and the beautiful way that the campus interacted and coexisted with nature. I was so impressed by the aesthetic beauty of the campus, the programs, the affordability, and the hometown feel of Edwardsville that I chose SIUE as my transfer institution on that day. I felt at home on my first visit, and I wanted to be a part of the E. SIUE is growing. We are now a nationally recognized university, and I feel honored to call it my alma mater. SIUE prides itself in 5 key values, and these values define our university: citizenship, excellence, integrity, openness, and wisdom. When I look out at my fellow graduates today, I see friends who will plant these 5 values throughout the world. These 5 values are unique to our university, and they help define us as one. Today, I would like to focus on 2 of these 5 values, 2 that have made the strongest impact on me as a student: excellence and wisdom. Excellence is a word that is synonymous with SIUE, because after all, that is what the red E stands for. SIUE is a force to be reckoned with. We are repeatedly cited by U.S. News and World Report as an up-and-coming school, as well as a top 15 public university in the Midwest. In addition to academics, we Cougars are also proud of our newly acquired NCAA Division I status. All around the campus, excellence is being defined every single day. I truly experienced excellence in the classroom because I had the honor to work with professors who are successful in the fields which they are teaching. I cannot tell you how many successful and inspiring professors I worked with during my time here. I remember the first time I found out that one of my professors was a published author. I was shocked that they were in the classroom teaching me. I soon realized that many of my professors were published, or that they had their doctorates. That's when I realized that at SIUE, excellence is the standard. Wisdom, the other value of SIUE that I would like to talk to you about today, revolves around our love for sharing knowledge, as well as our dedication to the pursuit of lifelong learning. As I just explained, at SIUE, the professors we work with are successful in their fields, and they use their life experiences to pass along wisdom to our growing minds. SIUE promotes wisdom through our nationally recognized capstone project, or as we call it, senior assignment. Through our senior assignments, we searched for answers to pressing questions that we have in our field. We facilitated our own learning. Although our professors were close by to guide us, it was our persistence and hunger for knowledge that allowed us to push through to the end and to submit our best work. My time at SIUE has been very interesting, and like many of you, I still have no idea where my future will lead. When we were all children, we had wild and exciting career aspirations. Some of us dreamed of being an astronaut, a professional athlete, the president, or maybe even a dolphin trainer. While we look back and smile at some of our silly childhood dream jobs, we should also find them soothing. SIUE has equipped us with a degree that can take us anywhere we choose. It is our decision. We can be whatever we want to be, and that feeling is as invigorating as it was when we were 6 years old. In our time here, we have all had times where we have doubted ourselves. Ask my mom. I have called her many times over the past 2 years, worried that somewhere along the way I had made the wrong choice. I am sure that many of you can relate to those feelings. So I would like to share with you a line from a card that my mother sent to me after a particularly rough phone call. And it said, "I am proud of you. I know that sometimes it is difficult. The path to greatness is rough, but it will be worth it." She was right. The path has been rough at times, but today we stand before our families and friends and realize that it was worth it. Sometimes it takes a few switched majors before we ever come in contact with the one right fit. For some here today, we will still be unsure of the choice we have made as we cross the stage. To that, I want to remind you that no matter what degree you leave with today, you are a graduate, and the choice to be persistent about your education will not mislead you. College is about exploration, and through our years here at SIUE, we have been exposed to countless experiences, people, ideas, and knowledge. It is through balancing class, clubs, sports, jobs, or all four that we have been shaped into the people who will leave campus today. I have learned to live my life in experiences, because with each new venture we begin, we find ourselves reevaluating the person we are and the person that we want to become. As you stare out the window today on your way off campus, remember life is about exploration, and college was just the introduction to that idea. We learn something new every day, so be grateful for today and be eager for the lesson that awaits tomorrow. As I look onto my classmates today, I know there is a famous author in the room, an entrepreneur, a scientist, a social worker, and all of the careers in between that we never imagined we would pursue. As I look onto my classmates today, I know that we will change the world. I hope you all look back at your time at SIUE and feel blessed for the opportunities and memories this university has enriched us with. When I was writing this speech, I realized I did not have any memorable quotes for you. And since this is a commencement speech, I knew that I had to leave you with at least one. And of all the philosophers, world leaders, and Chinese proverbs, I kept coming back to the words of Dr. Seuss. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. Kid, you'll move mountains. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. Congratulations to the class of 2012. We did it.
Thank you, Victoria, for your wonderful message to your class and to us. You are a shining example of the excellence of SIUE. Next, Dean Aldemaro Romero will present the candidates for graduation in the College of Arts and Sciences to Chancellor Vandegrift for the conferral of their degrees.
Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? Chancellor Vandegrift, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the University and the College of Arts and Sciences, are recommended to you for the formal conferring of their degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer on each of you the baccalaureate degree earned with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations. In recognition of the degree bestowed upon you, you may now move the tassel on your mortarboard or caps from right to left.
Graduates, please be seated.
Please note that recipients of baccalaureate degrees who have graduated with honors, high honors, and highest honors are noted in the program by 1, 2, and 3 asterisks respectively. They are also wearing cords on their academic regalia indicating their honors. In addition, candidates who are honors scholars are indicated in the program with a capital H, and graduates who have just been commissioned as second lieutenants in the U.S. Army and U.S. Air Force are listed in your program as well. The university community extends to each of you our heartiest congratulations on your achievements. We have now come to that part of the program when graduates for degrees will proceed to the platform in program order. The names of the graduates will be read by Dr. Douglas Sims, Associate Professor of Foreign Languages and Literature in the College of Arts and Sciences. I would ask that the audience please remain seated during this part of the ceremony.
Christiana Seifuni Ajanaku. Amanda Lynn Anderson, cum laude. Amber Lily Anderson. Cedric G. Andreani, summa cum laude. Christopher John Anguita. Daniel J. Ansborough, magna cum laude. Benjamin Eugene Baker. Jaleesa Barnes. Sarah Elizabeth Bile. Elizabeth R. Benute. Amanda L. Berg. Brittany L. Bodziak, magna cum laude. Jenny L. Bogovich. Caitlin Sue Boley. Rebecca Jo Bollinger. Catherine Ann Bray, cum laude. Emily Ann Callis. Timothy Lyman Chapman, summa cum laude. Anne Elaine Cheatham, cum laude. Stephanie Joy Chilton. Sydney R. Colliat. Annalie Natalia Corbett. Bradley H. Craycraft, magna cum laude. Devisha Renee Crockett. Joshua Allen Cummins, magna cum laude. Mallory DeFrancesco. Ruben Delgado. Sean David Dillard. Elizabeth Ann Duvall. Jeremy Lee Demetrius Dyson. Kathleen Ann Eastlick, cum laude. Kate Ann Eckert, cum laude. Cordero L. Edwards. Casey Sherwood Ellis. Devin Leanne Eister, cum laude. Mike Foley. Blake Anthony Ferrando. Erica Eileen Foltz. Ray Gallagher, summa cum laude. Cody Ethan Gill. Jenna Christine Geckner, magna cum laude. Dean Clifford Gunderson, cum laude. Martha Wieland Guntran. Amanda Catherine Harbaugh, magna cum laude. Megan Nicole Harbison. Brett C. Hart. Jacob Richard Heacock. Alyssa Feline Heimerman, summa cum laude. Patrick James Held, cum laude. Daniel Janes. Allison Rose Calling, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Nicole Knudsen, summa cum laude. Eric Michael Kratchmer. Janelle Lynn Kipta, summa cum laude. Brianna Christine Lamb. Amy E. Leskowski, magna cum laude. Stephanie Jo Lamaster, summa cum laude. Kelsey Faye Leeson, magna cum laude. Ryan Edwin Looking. Sarah Elise Maldonado. Jacob Manuel. Kevin John Marchand, cum laude. Carrie Ann McAllister. Brittany Lenore Moore. Jacob Riley Morlagan, cum laude. Sierra Danielle Paddock. Christina Diana Palka. Diane Lynn Peterson, magna cum laude. Noah Michael Reedhead, summa cum laude. Sherelle R. Reynolds. Victoria Eleanor Lyons, magna cum laude. Rachel Adeline Roundy, cum laude. Kelsey Leanne Ryan. Matthew Brian Sotman, magna cum laude. Erin Michelle Sparbody, summa cum laude. Brittany C. Schlescher. Jenna R. Schneider, summa cum laude. Matthew Ryan Scholby. Ryan Adam Schuddy. Carmen Margaret Schwenk. William Ludus Scuder. Demetrius Elaine Seener. Michael D. Shoemaker. Brittany Dawn Schroyer. Cara Marie Teagle, summa cum laude. Brittany Cole Tervier. Amanda Christine Thompson. Jamie L. Todd. Sydney Michelle Turner. Christine Lynn Vu. Chesley Ann Waddell. Deanne Darlene Wade. Lee Deanne Wallace, magna cum laude. Linnea Yvonne Waters. Victoria Ann Weaver, magna cum laude. Paige Nicole Wells, cum laude. Jordan Daniel Williams. Sean Andrew Worthen. Aurora Rose Beeler, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Kimberly L. Bittner. Patrick Hunter Creel. Denise Lynn Piskulik, summa cum laude. Kevin Richard Todd. Bachelor of Liberal Studies, Patricia Mann Barney, summa cum laude. John Andrew Markovich. Bachelor of Music, Lucinda Marie Barnes. Matthew Graham Biddles, magna cum laude. Jordan Danielle Harth, summa cum laude. Timothy P.H. Hassel, summa cum laude. Tracy Michelle Jackson. Nicole Suzanne Jonas. Christopher Gary Masheed. Melissa Rosemary O'Neill, magna cum laude. Caitlin Faith Rush, cum laude. Michaela Ray Sullivan, magna cum laude. Erin Kathleen Tall, magna cum laude. Daniel E. Wirtz, cum laude. Bachelor of Science, Anthony Samir Abdo. Victoria Elizabeth Allen. Kathleen Elizabeth Allison, cum laude. Adam Wesley Alve. Ryan Anthony Arbogast. Jared William Arter. Ashlyn Gail Baggett. Amanda Jean Bailey. Rodney L. Batts Jr. David Michael Beck. Johanna Marie Beck, cum laude. Ethan Adam Becker. Jessica L. Benanti. Ashley Nicole Benamati. Kyra Lynn Benjamin. David A. Borden. Cecilia Bofa. Nathaniel Benjamin Bone, summa cum laude. Casey Dean Bowman. Kayla Ann Bradley. Cassandra L. Brower, cum laude. Taryn Victoria Brennigan, cum laude. Tiffany Maria Brown. Brooke Ellen Bryson. Nicole Renea Berg, cum laude. Joshua Adam Burns. Raymond Edwin Burris III. Jessica Lynn Cannon. Christopher Lee Carr, magna cum laude. Danielle Marie Case, cum laude. Eric D. Casper. Stephen Joseph Cooley. Morton Ritter Christensen. Chad Michael Clark. Kyle Allen Clark, cum laude. Kimberly Marie Kloss. Elliot C. Clay. Jacob Edward Coffey, magna cum laude. Carly Sheridan Connors. Kyle A. Coop. Kevin Jamar Cotton. Brandon Joseph Crivello, summa cum laude. George Adam Kraus, cum laude. Keston H. Crowden Hedrick. Elisa Bianca Cunningham. Daishanda Michelle Curtis. Chad Edwin Cuddle. Kevin Michael Danaher. Samantha Lee Danuser. Jade Lillian Davis. Brittany K. Day. Tanner Evan Dent. Cody L. Dirks, magna cum laude. Joseph C. Dittrich, summa cum laude. Brian Simpson Donahoe. Denise April Donnelly, cum laude. Lindsay Marie Doolittle, cum laude. Adewale Dosunmu. Jessica Lynn Drone. Paige Elizabeth Elby. Rafael Escobar. Jordan Glenn Evans. Julie Ann Foster. Jessica Ray Fouch. Brittany Ray Friedrich. Joy Elaine Fury, summa cum laude. Adam C. Gebbin. Aaron George, cum laude. Leah E. Germer. Curtis Lane Givens. Catherine Ann Graviet. Danielle Suzanne Green. Nicole Marie Green, magna cum laude. Lindsay Carol Griffin. Timothy Ronald Goosewell, cum laude. Justin Philip Guzman. Heidi Elizabeth Haig. Natalia Catherine Habibi, cum laude. Christopher Sean Hackney, cum laude. Samuel Perry Haddad. Darcy L. Hahn. Nicholas John Hayda. Amy J. Hallows. Elena Michelle Hampton. Denise Ray Hand, cum laude. Eric Burl Hand. Lucas James Hanner, summa cum laude. Casey Joe Harkey, cum laude. Cal William Harmon, cum laude. Walter Lee Harper III. Emily Marion Harris, summa cum laude. Rachel E. Heaton. Omar Carrillo Halal. Ronnie M. Henkhaus. Mercedes Ellen Hernandez. Sarah M. Holman. Kayla Jean Holsty. Eric C. Honesty. Corey Mark Hopkins. John David Hopkins. Deandra N. Horner, cum laude. Ashley N. Halsey. Danielle Jackson. Latoya A. Jones. Thomas Jarrett Jameson. Catherine Ann Jamrick, magna cum laude. Demario Lamar Johnson. Hannah Rebecca Johnston. Kevin Mark Jones, cum laude. Nicole Jones Lattimore. Andrew Edwin Kaiser, cum laude. Ashley Ann Kalatek, cum laude. Joseph Gustavo Kaminsky. Dylan Henry Keefe, summa cum laude. Mariah Raquel Kendall, cum laude. Kelly Teresa Kennedy. Jenna M. Kenter. Christopher William Kirstein. Kamran Shahid Khan, cum laude. Philip Michael Kilver, cum laude. Daniel Patrick Klingeman, cum laude. Emily A. Klosterman. Morgan E. Kuntz, summa cum laude. Karis Eileen Cording. Kelsey Lynn Kraus, magna cum laude. Tab Anthony Law, cum laude. Brianna A. Lawson, cum laude. Lucas Daniel Leedy. Katie Ann Jean Leggett, cum laude. Kristen Ann Lemonager. Song Kun Lim, magna cum laude. David Christopher Long. Nicholas Robert Lopanek. Michael Allen Lortz. John Christopher Lucas Jr. John Michael Luker, summa cum laude. Cheryl Ann Mafla. Regina M. Mangan. Jennifer Ann Louise Marlott. Jenna Marie Matzer. Kaylee Elizabeth McBride. Chelsea E. McCarthy. Dina Lloyd McClendon, cum laude. Lori Lynn McDonough, summa cum laude. Tyler Patrick McKibben, cum laude. Chelsea Elizabeth Nachowski. Karen Monica Miles. Brett Thomas Miller. Maria Christine Minton. Anne K. Nyambweke. Anthony Diaz Mitchell. Chelsea Renee McCoy, magna cum laude. Taylor Ann McInerney. Robin Ann Merritt. Alyssa Ray Miley, cum laude. Andrew Todd Miller. Amber Nicole Moffett, cum laude. Samuel J. Moore. Christina Moran. Krista Nichelle Mosby. Casey L. Moser, cum laude. Craig M. Mulheron, cum laude. Michael J. Mutari. Travis Eugene Newberry. Brittany Gabrielle Nichting, magna cum laude. Samantha Page Norman, cum laude. Charles Oguegio for Orgy. Christopher W. Parker. Danielle Ashley Pauley. Michael Walter Pedigo. Chelsea Lynn Pearson. Margaret Elizabeth Powell, cum laude. Alexander Preber. Cheryl Amanda Pribel. Alyssa Brianne Price. Allison May Quigley. Joshua Brian Rice, cum laude. Bree Lee Ritchie, magna cum laude. Scott Robert Richter. Carrie S. Ritter. Tara A. Riddenbark, cum laude. Carolyn R. Riebeling, magna cum laude. Caitlin Elise Riemenschneider. Brian Jacob Rigg, cum laude. James Daniel Ritzheimer. Devin James Robinson. Zachary Allen Rodefer. Mary Catherine Ross. Michael Allen Rugless. Chelsea Rose Ruhal. Haley Marlene Rummerfield. Austria Sanchez. James William Sanders V. John Leonard Savoy. Corey Patrick Charlo. Joseph Paul Schultz. Charles Robert Schurman. Elizabeth Margaret Schweitzer. Jason Michael Scott, summa cum laude. David Lee Sedlak. Hunter Caleb Seegers. Jessica Lauren Seeley. Osman Sharif, magna cum laude. Ryan Michael Sheasley. Christopher Ryan Sheridan, magna cum laude. Daniel L. Shields. Sarah H. Shockley. Kunal Singh. Justin Ray Skinner. Jansen Robert Smith. Kayla Jean Smith. Trevor Allen Smith. Keely Shea Spencer, cum laude. Michael Sebastian Spencer, cum laude. Colby James Spiker. Melanie Ann Spung. Andrew Mark Stern. Catherine Laura Sutter. Benjamin J. Swan, cum laude. Maserati Capri Swanigan, magna cum laude. Daishan Canary Sykes, cum laude. Jennifer R. Simzik. Matthew A. Talley. Jonathan Martell Tate. Victoria Renee Taylor, magna cum laude. Tamilia Virginia Tier. Jennifer Judith Tello. Laura Elizabeth Thompson, magna cum laude. Nicholas Lee Toole. Kyle R. Traum. Peter W. Trogdon-Smith, Jr. Jacob Eli Stevenson Tweedy. Stephanie Lynn Folkmar. Donald Gary Von Cannon. Benjamin A. Voss. Claire Elizabeth Wallace. James David Webb. Philip Ward Watson. Andrew Garrett Wegener. Lindsay E. West, summa cum laude. Jeffrey Robert White. Kayla Ruth Whiteman. Philip M. Whitfield II, magna cum laude. Cody James Whitworth. Elizabeth Mary Willie. Chelsea Catherine Williams, summa cum laude. Caitlin Ann Womack, magna cum laude. Yolanda Yvette Yancey. Timothy Earl Yarber, Jr. Caleb D. Zimmerman, cum laude. Bachelor of Social Work, Kristen Marie Beasley, magna cum laude. Candace Ann Benson, cum laude. Jacqueline Sue Brewer. Lauren Eileen Cox. Catherine Lenore Crockett. Kelly E. Crooks. Aurelia Dion Daniels, cum laude. Revera Simone Davis. Elizabeth C. Dixon. Joyce R. Gonzalez Meyer. Danielle Marie Groom. Kay Lynn Hagelberg, cum laude. Chelsea Nicole Hahn, magna cum laude. Lynette Marie Hesselton, magna cum laude. Justin Thomas Hughes. Megan Christine Humphrey. Lindsay Marie Jensen, summa cum laude. Jocelyn R. Kirkpatrick, cum laude. Holly Marie Kish, magna cum laude. Nicole Lynn Lansford, magna cum laude. Bridget Colleen Nalawacker, magna cum laude. Curtis Dean Osborne, cum laude. Nicole Andrea Phipps, cum laude. Barbara Terrell Rogers. Kimberly Michelle Romano. Alyssa Ann Ryden. Taylor Nicole Snowden. Kate Elizabeth Timmerman. Alexandria S. Turner, magna cum laude. Amber Lynn Walker, summa cum laude. Brittany Elizabeth Warshall. Rachel Elysia Wilson.
On behalf of the university, I wish to thank the members of the SIUE Symphony Orchestra under the direction of Dr. Michael Mishra and our vocalists Caitlin Rush and Michaela Sullivan for their fine musical presentations today. Thank you also to the Army ROTC for the presentation of colors. For making the commencement program available to those who are deaf or hearing impaired, thank you to our interpreters, Ms. Justine Preston and Ms. Brittany McKay. We now ask that you join us in singing both verses of the SIUE alma mater, Hail SIUE, led by Ms. Michaela Sullivan. Lyrics are presented on the back cover of your program. Will all please rise?
Above the Mississippi plain, your splendor meets the sky. You give to all a
Please be seated. We're almost there. The margaritas are waiting. I would ask that you please remain seated until the platform party, the faculty and staff, and the graduates have left the seating area. I extend my best wishes to each of you and congratulations on your graduation. We hope you will return to visit us on campus often.